Welcome back, guys. Slavic here. Welcome back to some brand new DLC, the Warden and the Paunch. I know I'm a little bit late, about a day late for this one, but that's quarantine life of a solo parent. There we go. That's what it is. So we're going to start off by watching the video itself. I'm not going to talk through it. We'll watch it. And then I want to go over a couple of things really quickly. I want to keep this video about 10 minutes. I don't want to go too long because I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen most of the stuff that I want to talk about anyway, but maybe a few things in there that have been missed. I'm predominantly going to be focusing on the Greenskin side of things because it's obviously the side that I like. We'll have a look at the pointy ears as well, just a little bit. Right, let's have a look at this, boys. Let's go. Batman versus MADMAX. Watch it.
It has been many years, but this city will never be safe. Not whilst he is still out there.
We'll show them pointy ears! We'll show them all! His immensity, his enormously, as we can!
We're just warming up!
A storm comes to Ulthuan. It is my duty, our duty, to endure.
It's time we give the pointy heads a proper fight!
Stand with me! For as long as I still live. For Ivress will never fall.
So good. So good. Now, if you say to me that it's not Batman versus MADMAX, something wrong with you, man, because it's definitely what it is. And that's not a bad thing, because I love both of those two things. So, it's awesome. Now, as I said, I'm going to focus more on the Greenskin side of things, but I do have to say, if I can find them.
Sure.
Next one.
We give the pointy heads a proper fight!
She looks amazing. They look amazing. The wolves, sorry, the lions, not wolves. The lions look so good. Those lions look so freaking good. Right, tell me this bit here's not Batman. Batman with his cape? I mean, come on. Totally Batman. And obviously the whole intro, that's Batman, 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 MADMAX. So good. It's such a good trailer, man. Such a good trailer. All right, I'm burning time here. All right, let's jump over. Let's go. So latest lore patch. Of course, we're getting the Warden and we're getting the Paunch, obviously. Powerful units. We'll have a look at the units shortly in a separate thing. So coming out on the 21st of May. It's coming out the 22nd for me, but that's only because of where we live, obviously, where I live. There is the 10% pre-purchase discount at the moment on Steam. So for me, it makes it $12.14 for buying it over here. Standard price is $13.49. I believe that's $10 American. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is. There's standard 10% discount if you pre-order. So obviously jump on that if you're going to buy it. Yes, they'll be available in both things. Now, there was a thing, I don't know if it was in this bit. I have read this, but... No, it might have been in the other section about their starting locations. I'm going to be jumping between these screens because there's quite a few things to look at. Yeah, so Grom is going to start over in Batonia, which is fine. That's kind of like halfway through his story. Like, he actually starts over the other side of the Badlands in the Misty Mountains. That's like where he started, and then obviously he wired his way across the Badlands over into the Bretonian territories, and then from then on to Ulthuan, obviously against the High Elves and stuff like that. So they've kind of picked him up somewhere about halfway through his actual story, which is fine, but it would be nice to see him start over in the Misty Mountains over the other side of the Badlands as well, at some stage. I don't know if they'll do that, but you never know. Right, sorry. Where are we back up to? Units will be in place. Yeah, that's cool. This is basically what I was looking at on the other screen, because this is basically the same details as over here, but just a couple of extra things put into it. So the Greenskins war mechanic, actually, we'll bring this one up. The Greenskins war mechanic has changed. So it doesn't represent anything to do with what it currently is. So there's no fightingness per army. The fightingness is a faction-wide thing, not an individual army thing. And once the bar fills up, you can generate a war. And then you basically tell the war, we want to go and attack this settlement, we want to go and attack this region. Then the war slowly fills up over time. I don't know how long it lasts for. And then it kind of like supports an army that you send to that region as well. And then once you've captured the city or whatever, your bar drops. And depending on how well you're doing, like the battle and stuff like that, you'll get more fightingness added back into the bar. So I don't know if you'll be able to chain the wars, but I'm kind of thinking you might be able to if you absolutely decimate the inhabitants of that region and generate enough fightingness within that region, which obviously replenish the ranks of the war, and then you just carry on warring your way across the world. It is so awesome. I do have to put in here as well, CA did miss something from this. It's not in here, and it's not in here either. The Greenskins have the Norska Confederation system in place in this update. So basically, to confederate a faction within the Greenskin roster, you just attack and kill the Lord, and then you can choose to confederate that way. Exactly the same way that Norska works, which, I mean, they should have had it from I'm not going to say from the beginning, but as soon as it was released for Norska, we always said, like, this is Greenskins, right? So you kill the big boss, and then you absorb that tribe within your war. It's how it should work. It's how it should always work. Right, back over here. I am jumping around a wee bit. I do apologise, but all these things will be down in the description as well. All the links to all the stuff that we're looking at. So we just basically went through. So there's that. That's the campaign version of the war, the new one. So yeah, basically, same way it works now. You get fightingness, fills up a bar, and then you can send that war against a specific target that you want to attack or whatever. And there's also a battle one. So the battle one is obviously during a battle. There's another bar that fills up obviously in the battle screen, and then you hit let's start the war within the battle. It's saying that you should go really aggressive once you hit that, so I'm guessing it's going to be a really big buff to your troops. So you want to hit that, smash, and then just keep rolling, essentially. If you don't manage to win within the time frame of the war activating, the next one, you can do it again, but the next one's going to take a lot more damage or a lot more kills or whatever to activate the second time in the same battle and stuff like that. So that's awesome. There's also going to be a new scrap feature for the Greenskins, which sounds so freaking good. I'm surprised this hasn't come in before at this point. So basically what the scrap feature is obviously winning battles, taking settlements and stuff like that. The Greenskins collect scrap, which is basically how their society works. So they collect scrap, and you can use that scrap to upgrade units and stuff like that. So upgrading units will upgrading units will cost scrap, which is obviously the whole mechanic, which is going to be so good. And they were saying that you can choose different paths, so you can either push existing strengths or you can add new functionality units. So I don't know if it's in there, but take for instance Black Orcs. You might be able to give Black Orcs shields, might be able to upgrade their armor, might be able to give them big pikes and make them anti-large. Who knows? I don't know, but just some options of things that may happen. I'm going to say that Orc Boys, you're going to be able to give them spears. I'm going to think that's a thing you might be able to do, because there is Orc Boy spears units within the world. Not in the game, but within the world, or within the universe, there is Orc Boy spears. So that could be something that you do. Obviously, you might be able to give them extra armor, extra attack or whatever, stuff like that. It's kind of cool. Right, so new characters, unit improvements. They have said, this one here, by the way, is a bullet points from the stream. I didn't get to watch the stream, so thank you to this dude for bullet pointing all the stuff. It's obviously very, very handy. Where was it? I don't think it was... No, there it is. We have been promised that Grimgor has been made great again and is a beast. Oh, yes. I can't wait. We're going to have to do another Grimgor campaign. We're currently running a Grimgor campaign, so we're going to have to wrap that one up and start a brand new Grimgor campaign. Obviously, once he's very, very tough. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Azek's going to get a new start position. It does tell us, I believe. Azek starts in the north somewhere, which makes sense, because that's where all this quest and stuff are. They're up in the Northern Territories, and obviously Azek has a lot to do with the vampire count, so completely and utterly makes sense. So we're getting, along with the DLC, there's obviously always a free DLC, so we're getting a High Elf Lord of Dragons, Embrick is his name. There he is there. More info will be released soon, I believe. More info on this is coming tomorrow. which would be about today-ish by the time you guys watch this. Additionally, there's a free mount you can get by Total War Access. Now, there's nothing on the Total War Access. As you can see, I've logged in and stuff at the moment. There's nothing on there currently, but a user on Reddit has also given us this information. So he got an email, apparently. I don't know where my email was, but he got one. So basically, just on the 21st, you log in and say, yes, I want that download. The same way all the other ones work. So you log in and say, yes, I want that, and then you get a delay 2 or 3 times, but whatever. So you log in and you get it, and you get that in the game. So that mount, which we up in here, so this mount is for shamans, goblin shamans. How cool is that? Goblin shamans get an Ragnarok mount. So that turns goblin shamans, which, to be fair, are pretty cruddy at the moment, into a very, very good unit. A free Ragnarok. Well, it's not going to be free, it's going to be costly, but it's going to be cheaper than an actual Ragnarok. There was something... I can't remember what the details were about that. So basically, from memory, obviously they're on the mount. While they're on the mount, their casting time, spell costs, and all that type of stuff has been reduced dramatically. So they're like gaining power from being on the mount and stuff. It's really cool. Like, that's just so cool. Right. Free contract, so that'll be there on the 21st as well, the same day, and it'll be that one. Nice. So let's jump over into Steam because we have a look at the units and stuff like that. I am keeping an eye on that time. I want to try and get through this as fast as possible. I won't go over the high elf changes. I'll surmise it, yeah. So basically the faction mechanics for the high elves for this guy is he's got a settlement, and you build up different parts of that settlement, and each different part of that built up area gives bonuses to your army, and it also unlocks different units and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. I might actually have to play the high elves for the first time ever. There's also like a mist ability, which is very much like the sandstorm ability that the Tomb Kings have. So it's like a defensive type ability in there as well. Right, let's have a look at the units. So obviously we're getting the Lord himself, Archmage. I was reading, it's nothing to do with high elves, but I was reading something earlier. The Dark Elves. You've noticed how all the Dark Elf mages are all female? There's no male Dark Elf mages, and that's because there's what do you call it, a theory or whatever it is. What do you call it? A prophecy, that's it, dang. It was hard. There's a prophecy that the guy who kills Malekith is a Dark Elf male with magical abilities. So any Dark Elf male that shows magical traits or magical abilities at a young age gets killed. So that's why all the Dark Elf magic uses are female. Interesting. Nothing to do with this, but I was just reading it before. I thought it was quite interesting. Rangers, which there's already Rangers, as far as I know. Silverian Guard, which is a heavy spear unit, because, high elves need more spear units. The War Lions are going to be so cool. That's what we've seen in the thing. And the War Lion Chariots, they look so good. The Arcane Phoenix looked awesome as well, until he got smashed in the face. Skyhawk Sentinels, which I guess is just like a heavy infantry type thing. Skyhawks, did I say that? Spire Guard, again, more heavy infantry by the sounds of it. Faith Bearers, which sounds like they're going to be like a buffing type unit or something. Knights, more Knights. Regiments of Renown, so there's light arrow archers. War Lions, Regiment of Renown, and an Arcane Regiment of Renown Phoenix. Yes, I'm skipping over that as fast as possible because this is the stuff I want to get to, and I don't want to have this video going over too long. Grom the Paunch. So Grom's basic mechanic in the campaign, so this is different to do with the WoW, this is his specific mechanic, is you've got to feed him. So for those of you who don't know the lore, real quick, this dude ate a troll when he was younger, and the troll went obviously into his belly and started to regenerate, because that's what trolls do, and he himself is fighting against the troll that's inside his belly, which wants to continually grow, and obviously it needs to be fed to do that, to keep him alive. And that's how he got so big, because he ate a troll. Yep, just like that. Right. Lore in 5 seconds or less. Wild rate of ingredients from the campaign, so you can make different types of food and stuff, which will give your armies different types of buffs and stuff. That's so cool. So yeah, combined dishes for different types of buffs and things like that. That's all to do with that. It's so cool. So Blacktooth, so basically this, he's got a really powerful shaman that came with him on his original war over into Ulthuan, so over into the High Elf territories, who's really powerful, and he was like absorbing magic from the High Elf like waystones and stuff like that, but he got his head chopped off. the shaman got his head chopped off. But he didn't die because he was so powerful with the magic, right? So I don't know if he's going to carry his head around or if he's just there or what. I don't know how it's going to work, but hey, this guy is going to be able to talk to Grom and maybe like summon things as well. So you can gain an ability to summon a rogue idol, which we've seen in the trailer. So that's the big stone dudes. So cool, so cool. I don't know how that's going to play out, but it sounds really awesome. Grom the Paunch, obviously we're getting him. This is the units for the Greenskins. So he's always mounted on his chariot, so he's going to start on his wolf chariot. That's so cool. We're getting a few different units of trolls. This first one is actually a hero unit, so it's a giant river hag troll. She has access to the law of death, which is going to be pretty awesome for the Greenskins, man. This is the second law that they have. No, sorry, the third, because they've got the little war and the big war, right? And obviously the law of death. The law of death, Ezek has access to at the moment. So, I mean, I guess you could say they've already got access to it, but it's going to be a hero unit that you can obviously put in your army. And it's going to be a troll, so they're going to be hard-hitting. I assume they're going to be anti-magic, and I assume they're going to do magic damage. I don't know for sure. Right, so moving on from them, we're going to have different levels or different types of snotling pump wagons, which again we've seen in the trailer. So there's 3 different types of those. They're going to be awesome. River trolls, so we're getting standard river trolls, we're getting stone trolls as well. Awesome. The big boy we're getting is the rogue idol, which is going to be so cool, man. Like we've seen it in the trailer. So cool, so cool. Regiments of Renown, we're getting Logie, Bogey, Spore, Splode. Such a good name. It's such a good name. So it's a snotling pump wagon, Regiment of Renown. The Swamp Things, which is Regiment of Renown. River Trolls, we're getting the Biggin, which is a rogue idol. Awesome. That's us. Done. 16 minutes. Let's go, boys. Oh, mate. What have I done everything? I think I did everything that I wanted to see. Yeah. Dude, this is going to be so cool. Like, can we just have a look at some of these units while we're in here as well? Let's just go back. Let's see if we can show you the units. We'll do this. So obviously that's him on his chariot. I have to say his voice is not what I was expecting. It's very orky. I was expecting it to be more trolly. You see how his guts is like descended? Bigger, you know? That's because there's a troll inside there. That's how he got so big. Like, he's very orky, but yeah, I was not expecting him to have such an orc voice. I was expecting more of a trolly voice. Right, so these are the rogue idols coming in now, and you can, from my understanding, you can, there's 2 different versions. There's a Mork version and a Gork version. Obviously one will have slight buff and the other one will have the other side. So those are the snotling pump wagons. Chariots, obviously, war chariots. There was a troll in the background there. I don't know if you guys seen it. Can we? I'm going to put some pictures up on the screen anyway. It's a troll, it's a river troll. You see, it's like kind of fishy. I don't know if we see a stone troll. That's definitely a river troll. You see how he's like a fish man? He is definitely river trolls. That's the new Phoenix. That's the new Archmage for the High Elves. It's more of the snotling wagons. They're so good, man. It's so good. Oh, those freaking lions are so awesome. We don't really get to see any more of the other units anyway, do we? Nah, I'm going to put some like pictures up on the screen. I've probably already put them up anyway throughout the video, so you guys can see what they're going to look like and stuff. Nice, but it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I can't wait. I can't wait. Right, now as far as can't waiting, this obviously comes out on the 21st. It'll be the 22nd for me, which is fine. It's just how it works, unfortunately. Now I do have to say I have been accredited, approved, whatever we're going to put it, as an official Total War content creator. So basically what that means is there's 2 levels. So the first level, which is the one that I am, I get pre-release access. So I'm going to have pre-release access to this. So I'm going to be able to upload content as of the 15th, and it comes out obviously on the 21st. And yes, I'm allowed to tell you that. It is coming out on the 15th. Now, there's also partners, which they get the content pre-announcement. So I don't know, Heir of Carthage, Legend of Total War, those type of guys would have already known about this a week or 2 ago, which obviously is where we're hoping to end up going eventually. So you will see content from me coming out from this before actual release date, about a week before. Obviously we're going to start doing the campaigns and stuff like that, so look forward to that. It's going to be awesome. All right guys, well hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I covered everything. I looked at my list. I've got everything I think I wanted to cover. Got all these things. I'm going to put all these in the comment section down below so you guys can go and look at them in any more detail if you really want to. Awesome. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you're looking forward to this DLC. It's going to be amazing. We will catch you in the next one. Don't forget to hit that like button.